All right, here we go again. Episode whatever of this podcast or show, or I don't even know what it is. Who knows? Who the hell knows? But
live show.
Just like next week, I mentioned this before. Next week we'll be touching each other during this show, caressing each other.
I'm excited.
Snuggling.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it very much. So, it was by far, again, not perfect, but by far our best major performance of the year. I mean, that's not a high standard, but we're like the Max Homa of majors until this week. We had a pretty good, not great, but pretty good.
Responsibly, and betting with my means, the U.S. Open was not great for me.
No, I know.
The ones that I took didn't pan out. The ones that I decided not to take did pan out. So it just wasn't a great United States Open for me. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be frank. A major championship season's not been lovely. We really need a big week this week. I would love to have a big week at the Travelers Championship.
Okay.
We were so fucking close again. It felt like just like at the Masters tournament, going into the final round, I had a bunch of opportunities. We had our boy Tommy Fleetwood vaulted up. He shot a 63. He's in the same place he's at Shinnecock. He's got a short putt for a 62 on the 72nd hole. He fucking misses it. Nobody goes low on the back nine. And then Cam Smith, he just has never missed a putt in his career. Did you know that?
He's the opposite. He's the opposite of Scheffler. I have never seen Scotty Scheffler make a putt in my life, and he's a great player. I've never seen Cam Smith. You were texting more to me than I think ever. That Cam Smith back nine really, that was. And you just knew you could just feel it when Fleetwood missed it.
It was happening.
When Fleetwood missed that putt, I could script it out so the bet was we had Fleetwood winning that group
C.
that Cam Smith in.
Group C, baby.
And by the way, that morning, I randomly looked.
Dead.
That Group C had gone to plus 1,600 for Fleetwood. So I never thought betting it, of course. But he goes out and shoots. It has a 4-foot putt on 18. Doesn't even touch the hole. Misses it. And then Cam Smith makes everything. Plays great. And I thought about Cam Smith as a top 5 bet on Sunday. Didn't do it. And he played well. But, to be fair, it was such a fluke out of nowhere Fleetwood round. He had such a dog shit week until then.
When they cut to Cam Smith out of the clouds, they showed him the whole fucking week. They cut to Cam Smith on 11, 300-yard par 3. And he's got 10 feet for birdie. I was to get to 5 under. And Fleetwood was already in at 5 under. I was like, we're fucked.
I didn't think so because I thought you still had to hold on the second 9. It was the front 9.
You did, but
that's what I was saying to you. So I hit Rahm T10. But Scotty McIlroy Rahm top 10.
That was a grind.
And I kept saying to you, I remember I said to you, Rahm finished T12, but don't give up because guys kept, and it was an emotional, it was like burying my parents all over again. The roller coaster of that last hour. I'm texting you pictures of Rahm. I'm texting you pictures of the green. Meanwhile, the fucking tournament is going on. Again, why can't I just watch the putt? It's 2023.
Impossible.
Why?
Impossible. We had Eric Cole, that fucking guy who literally Wyndham Clark hit a drive off the planet on 18. And it was in the fairway.
I don't know.
And Eric Cole missed the fairway. He missed the 18th fairway.
So the DJ, by the way, they get me a top 10 for Rahm. I don't know how you miss. I thought, am I spoiling anything? You may speak to Wyndham Clark sometime in the future. I don't want to give anything away. But
tomorrow's show.
If you ever did. I don't kill Wyndham Clark for that. That's the way the course is set up. Let it rip. Miss 60 feet. Because people are like, oh, if that had been at St. Andrews, if that had been at Wingfoot. No shit. But he knew that when he was hitting his tee shot. That is a USGA situation. The 18th hole in a major championship should never, ever, ever be set up like that. Ever. Where you can miss 60 yards right and be in the fairway.
I agree with that. It was the biggest gripe of the golf course. I actually liked the way the golf course played and presented for almost the whole week. I really did. I enjoyed it. I thought that part of it sucked. I asked him directly about that, and he was like, yeah, that's how I play that hole. I cut the ball. So on that hole, knowing the fairway is as big as it is, I aim way left, knowing I'm going to cut it even more, and I just swing as hard as I can.
Can't miss.
That's pretty much. And he was also talking about how that when they were coming up the last hole, it was directly into the sun.
Right.
And he said, for whatever reason, he goes, even though my swing's already finished by the time I get to the point where I look up, I always come out of it whenever I'm hitting into the sun.
That's
so he was like, I just aimed. Yeah. So I aimed farther left. And off the tees.
Yeah,
So I just aimed farther left, knowing that I usually come out of it, and so it sliced a little bit more, but obviously caught the fairway. Whatever. Point is, Eric Cole couldn't hit that fucking fairway, despite the fact that Wyndham Clark almost missed the golf ball.
He gave us a par.
Yeah, but I would have liked a birdie look. If I would have liked a hits it up there close.
But we'll get to our picks in a second. Just a quick for me. I'm not going to talk to anybody else about this. Overall for me is C+. Course good. Good. Okay. A little overpraised by you guys in the media, but good. But the atmosphere.
You guys in the media. You're more old school media than anybody.
Well, everyone's like, oh, it's lyrical. You won't believe it. It was good. It was fine.
It's lyrical.
The fucking fans. It's just. I mean, it was like watching a live event on a great course. Like there was like 4,000 fans there. Like it just didn't feel like I will say on Sunday afternoon and tonight it felt like a major. The stakes were high. The score stayed, -8 Thursday. I was nervous, but it stayed like 10-1. So that wasn't a big deal. But like you're watching some holes and in the first hole, there's nobody. There's more people at your event on the first hole watching it than there was at the U.S. Open. Like literally.
Yeah, the USGA put all their, clearly the Mike Wand, it's a shift that's going on there. They put all their eggs in the corporate basket. They're trying to drive up revenue, which worked for them.
They made
on that front, but
yeah.
in terms of the atmosphere, it just sucked. It's supposed to be the People's Open. We were comparing it on the show that we just recorded for tomorrow's podcast. If you compare it to like the 2002 U.S. Open at Bethpage, which was deemed
there,
like the People's Open. It was rowdy. People were heckling Sergio for re-gripping his club 800 times every time he swung.
The whole Phil thing,
Phil, they're chanting. It's his birthday. They're singing. The whole fucking deal. That's what the U.S. Open is supposed to be. It's not the Masters. It's not supposed to be as exclusive. It's not the PGA Championship even. It's not even the RNA's British Open where, again, they have a little bit of an old school stuffiness to the RNA. And the USGA has that, but they have, in their tournaments and their championship, have always kind of held to that, like, People's Open. Anyone can pretty much enter, anyone can make it, even though you obviously got to be really fucking good, but that is supposed to transcend to the fans as well. If people are out there having beers, maybe they're going to be a little bit inappropriate.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. And it was just fucking stuffy down. There were no fans, so that part
they can't do that again. I mean, again, 2039 I will be 1,000 years old, so I probably won't even be alive. But they can't
be amazing.
They can't pull that shit again in 2039. They can't. They can't do that. Anyway, so all right. So overall with that, fine. So let's get to it. You texted me. You said you love these picks and yet you hate these picks at the same time.
My issue is that I had 3 or so right away that I really loved,
okay,
and then I just found a couple later that I just couldn't say no to. So I think this is going to be a really big week, and I need it to be responsibly.
Okay.
If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. But I think it. I'm pumped. I love Travelers.
So do I.
I think it's maybe the first PGA Tour event I've ever been to. Actually, was the Travelers Championship in like 2016 or 17. Me and Trent went down there. We followed a couple of kind of the New England guys out there. So I love the Connecticut crowd. The whole deal. So
I went there on Sunday in '94, I believe, with my dad, and we followed Freddie around. Shot 66 that day to move up the leaderboard. I think he shot 66 and he birdied the 18th, as I recall. I'm gonna look up the 1994. Ooh. I think Norman won in '94. I could be making this. I could be getting the years wrong.
I think Spieth might have hit a good bunker shot on the 18th hole at some point.
I believe he did.
So I'm not.
I believe he did. Yes. And by the way, I fucking
so you might see that.
I pussy out on Spieth and JT missing the cut, which I said was going to happen last week on the show.
We talked ourselves out of the JT thing for sure. I heard this goddamn practice rounds mean
nothing. That's our fault.
Hearing
that's our fault.
JT could have shot 61. I'm like, he's got it. He's figured it out. Of course, not going to shoot. He shot 1,000. Yeah. He shot like 14 over. He had to do one of those Billy Horschel press conferences afterwards about how he's as low as he's ever been. And we literally the day before were like, who do you think's going to miss the cut? Might be JT, and we just didn't bet that.
And by the way, he's not hurt. Idiots. Like if he's hurt, it's not. He's in the field this week, so he's not that hurt. So there's something going on. But anyway.
He's fine. He just can't play golf.
You want to go first?
Normal. Nobody can play golf. Yep. I'm going to go first.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go first.
Yeah, go for it.
This is my second longest shot odds that I'm taking this week.
Okay.
It's a plus 225.
Oh, I have one of those. My first pick, but go ahead.
This is not a bet that I love from I don't think he's my favorite player so far out there, but from running my algorithm,
sure,
he was a pick that I have to take. I'm going Sam Bennett to finish in the top 40.
I mean, I don't mind the pick, but I hate God.
I know. But Top 40, he was T16 at the Masters. He was then 63rd at the Memorial, T20 at the Canadian, and he finished T43 at the U.S. Open, but he shot a 79 in the third
Saturday,
round.
He blew up, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he blew up.
Okay.
So I think this course sets up nicely for him. It's not necessarily a bomber's course, and he's not a bomber. So I like Sam Bennett. Top 40 is plus 225.
I got a top plus 225 top 40 as well. I was stunned that it was 225. I thought I wouldn't get odds this good. Since April, he's gone T23, T59, miscut, 26, 16, 41, 27 last week. 6th of the players. I've picked him before. 5th of the Honda, Justin Suh. Top 40 plus 225. I just feel the only thing about him is he always has one shitburger around, it seems to me. So, you know. But I think he's going to be top 40 for me for him here is a good pick this week. Why is Sam Bennett in a elevated event? Do we know the answer to that? Was it an exemption?
Like a top 20 at the Masters or something thing?
Oh, really?
No,
I wouldn't think.
I don't know. I'm trying to think what it could be too. That's a great question.
Because I know Ludwig, I think, is in the field as well.
Well, he was at the Memorial, right? Memorial's elevated, isn't it?
Was he at the Memorial?
Yeah, he finished 63rd at the Memorial.
That feels like a Jack, like one of these amateur. Maybe U.S. Amateur? Did he win that last year?
Yeah.
That's why he was in the Masters, right?
Yeah, but does the amateur get you into like an elevated event?
I can see that getting in for Jack, maybe. I don't know. I'm speaking out of my ass here. I don't know. Who knows?
We always are. That's what this show is.
Did Wyndham Clark do your podcast while restorming the Capitol building or no? Was he storming?
Did you see that Will guy digging that one up?
I just like the guys going through the likes for like, all right, well, he had the biggest day of his life yesterday. Let's go through his likes and let's find something.
I was texting with Big Cat actually about that last night because Big Cat quote tweeted.
I saw that.
It was like, this guy's the biggest fucking loser in the world. It's so true. How broken does your brain have to be reaching the minute the guy has the pinnacle of his career, which is a beautiful story of the fact that he's motivated after losing his mom and the whole thing, and he just tries to bury him because of political things.
Look, I mean, I can make the argument be one thing if he was actually there. Look, if he's storming the Capitol and like punching policemen, fine. Like I'm willing to have the conversation, but he likes a tweet about it. These fucking people are nuts.
Look, I'm not the biggest fan of like storming the Capitol and potentially trying to overthrow an election.
Sure.
I'm not the biggest fan of that. I also in no way would be sitting there on Sunday evening trying to connect the fact that the guy just won the U.S. Open to that moment.
I like the idea that he's like going through the likes over here. He's like, golfed like fuck, nothing. He's a bore.
Damn it.
Wait a minute. Here we go, baby.
Jan 6, truther. He's all pumped. He's texting his buddies. I got it. I found it. It's like, Jesus, what a fucking loser.
Poor guy. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm writing down all your picks diligently, by the way, since I think that our graphics tend to be a little scarce.
You see how they missed my plus 800 win last week?
Yeah, that was
unbelievable.
Plus 800. Which one was that?
That was the top 10 for all three. Yeah, Shane.
Did you get dead heat fucked there a little bit?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, with the T10 for Rom. With TT with like 4 other guys. But still, it was a win. It's a win. You put your money down, you get a win.
How about my only bankroll that I got, because I was fully exposed at the U.S. Open, it's a major championship, obviously. I went major, was the Eric Cole T40 with like 3 other people that ended up. Yeah. So I put a good amount on it. So I have a little bit to play with, but again, this is a big week. I would prefer to not have to hit the deposit button going into whatever the hell's next week.
Well, I would just say, I'll let you make your next pick, but I will say before that, I just want to make sure I get this correct. I am going to ride this until I miss it. That's plus 150 this week for Eric Cole top 40.
I'm on that too.
Good. I mean,
that was one of my picks.
I mean, this guy's a machine right now.
Plus 150 he was.
Yes.
I was blown away at that.
Yes.
I looked too. Here's an amazing stat. When he in his last 15 events, he's made the cut 10 times,
right.
And in every time he's made the cut, he's finished inside the top 40.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at that last night. He's and this is a good course for him, I think, actually. So I think it's not a bomber's paradise. So I think he's going to play. I think he's going to play pretty well here this week. I mean,
okay,
28th or something. Go ahead.
I'm on that as well. That was going to be my next one, but I'm going to jump.
Sorry,
I'm still no, it's cool. I'm going for the full hat trick on the top 40s. Yeah. I got Scottsdale guy, the man of Streel. I got Kevin Streelman, top 40 as well. He's plus 163. Okay. His last 6 starts at the Travelers Championship, he finished 6th, tied for 25th, He missed one cut, and then he went second, tied for 15th, tied for 33rd, tied for 8th.
Good course for a guy like him. I could see that for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Good course for him.
I like that.
In terms of his form, he finished tied for 49th. He had a missed cut, but then he was T9 and T18. So he's had some decent form in the last month and a half or so. So I got Kevin Streelman top 40 plus 163.
I mentioned Freddie stuffing it in 94, I believe, coming back after his back injury.
You did.
18's a hole you can birdie. We've seen over the years. Bubba beat Corey Pavin in a playoff in 2010, 50-year-old Corey Pavin. With a birdie on 18. It's not, if you're driving the fair, it's not 15, but it's a hole you can birdie. Winner to birdie the 72nd hole is plus 275. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I think somebody's going to make a birdie on the 18th hole to win. It's a birdie. It's a birdie hole is my point. 17 is not really a birdie hole there. 16, not really, but 15 and 18 are. It's actually one of those courses that, I think people know. I mean, obviously, Spieth holed up from the bunker there. This is one of these courses I think the average sort of ardent golf fan knows the last 5 or 6 holes. You can drive 15, 16's a good little downhill par 3, 17's got the water. And 18, if you hit a good drive, you can have a wedge in there pretty easily. So I think
this was the Harris English when he was in a playoff for like 1,000 holes on the 18th hole, and he ended up birdieing it. I think
that's right. Yeah. So plus 275. I don't think I've done one of these yet. Plus 275 to birdie the 18th hole. I'm going yes on that.
I like it. Okay. I like it. It reminds me of I had the Canadian Open a couple weeks ago. I had to go to a playoff was plus 400, and we hit that one. These ones are fun.
Yes,
these ones are fun.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. This is one. These last two are ones that I know you're not going to love, but I looked at them and I just had to take it. And this is, again, I had the 3 that I've delivered so far were my original 3 picks. I was gonna close shop. I was gonna shut the door, turnkey for the night. But I went back and was looking at the board a little bit. Scotty Scheffler is plus 150 to finish top 5. I don't know how this man doesn't finish inside of the top 5. His last 5 starts, he finished third, tied for 2nd, and tied for 5th.
Right.
So I just can't fathom a world.
I don't hate it.
Where it's plus fucking money and he doesn't have to win. He's probably not going to putt great, and he's probably going to ball strike his dick off, and he's going to be inside the top 5. So I have to take it.
I don't blame you for that. I will say I am taking a round 1 head-to-head matchup. And I think Scheffler, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he finishes the top 5.
This is not going to go my way, this round-to-round matchup, is it?
Well, I'm just saying I'm getting John Rahm plus 130 head-to-head against Scheffler. I got to take Rahm. You're giving me Rahm plus 130. I'm taking him. I've been burned by Scotty before on this one. I've also won with Finau before. But Rahm plus 130. If you give me money for John Rahm for 18 holes against any golfer in the world, I have to take him. Got to do it. That doesn't mean for the week I prefer Scheffler, but I'm taking Rahm just because I'm getting the plus 130 head-to-head.
I prefer you still preferring Scheffler for the week for me.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
A 65 and a 66, I'll take that. That's totally fine with me.
Absolutely. I like that. I like that Scheffler pick. I'm going in with you on that Scheffler pick, plus 150.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm going in.
Let's go.
I never thought I'd take a plus 150 for a top 5, but I mean, he's so fucking good. It's wild. By the way, I know he won the Players. He never wins. It's weird.
It's weird.
But he makes no putts.
Weird that last year he won 4 tournaments in a row, or 4 tournaments in 6 starts last year.
Right.
And they were massive tournaments. Masters, the match play, all these tournaments that he was winning last year. And now he can't fucking win to save his life, but he's just a top 5 machine. I don't think he's finished outside the top 12 since like last summer or something like that. So, he's most likely going to be.
I'll go another plus 150. This is for a top 10. And that is Rose Zhang. I am buying the hype. I saw the stats.
I'm on that too.
Oh, you are?
I'm on that too.
You're in. Okay.
Yeah, we're over at Baltusrol, baby. Let's jump to Jersey.
There you go.
Let's do it.
You're in. Plus 150 top 10 for. I remember we said, let's not take her that first term, and she won it. Mm-hmm. But I saw her stats. Like, she's going to be like a top 2 or 3 player in the world. So I'm getting plus money for her top 10. And a major, correct? We're at a major venue this week? Yeah.
Her first major as a pro.
At Baltusrol.
I mean, she's played 1 LPGA Tour event. She won it. And then she's played 20 collegiate events, and she won 12 of them. Yeah. So we don't even need her to fucking win this thing. We need her inside the top 10.
Finish 8th, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Solo 8th would be great. I'm on that one as well. I love it.
Good.
Thank you. I'm going to mention the For the Cut bet this week because I actually really like it.
I saw it. Yeah.
McCarthy, Adam Scott, Sahith Theegala, Tom Kim, all to make the cuts plus 375. So if you want that, it's under the exclusive tab. I took that. I really like it this week. It's not a crazy long shot, one of these plus 900s. Mm-hmm. So I'm on that one. But
I'm going to give my last pick. Well, I'm going to say I'm going to tie into that because he played well last week. Finally, he's been quiet. This is a good course for him. Tom Kim plus 150, top 20. Top 20.
Did you see his birthday celebration the other day?
With Scotty?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I didn't love it, but
just
yeah.
I was gonna say,
I'm not a big birthday guy, but yes, yeah.
You don't strike me as a big birthday guy, but the innocence of this young man turning 21, he's got sparklers, he's eating pizza.
It's true.
Like the only thing in the world he cares about is golf.
Yes.
And like pizza.
Yes.
I think that's pretty much it.
And he played well last week. So yeah,
I was surprised to see him up there because he hasn't been playing as well as his hype after the President's Cup. What was he to finish top 10?
I am top 20 plus 150.
Top 20.
Yeah.
Again, I got to write these down because I think Cullinane will miss it. Yes. Okay, plus 150.
Where are you at? All right. Curiosity before you make your final pick. Where are you at on Victor this week after kind of a blah last week? Any thoughts or no?
You know, I don't love any time the guys bitch about the golf course, which he was doing afterwards. I hate that. That turns me off so much. So
said the only hole. You already said the only hole he liked on the course was 9.
Yeah, which was just it's a cool hole, nice, but it's just a
160-yard par 3. I didn't really understand.
7-iron par 3. That's I feel like you can.
It's weird.
I get that the architecture's cool and the clubhouse is in the background. Like it's a pretty standard par 3.
Yeah,
every course has a 165-yard par 3. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably more down on him than I should be because of those comments. Those really affect me. I hate that.
I'm with that. But yeah, all right, go ahead.
But he's a good golfer, so maybe we'll take him.
He's a good golfer, you're right.
My last one is, again, one that I don't think you're going to necessarily love, but I'm going back to the Ricky train. Plus 350 to finish inside the top 10 is Ricky Fowler. Plus 350. I'm going Ricky this week. I just like him. I like him at plus 350. If that was in the plus 200 range or what, I wouldn't even have sniffed it, but plus 350, it's quite the long shot. I'm going to take it. He's clearly been playing well. I think that's going to continue. So I'm going Ricky Fowler, top 10, plus 350.
Okay, I'll give you one more.
I knew you were going to.
I'll give you one more.
I knew you were going to hate
plus 700.
Oh, baby.
Tony Finau to make an eagle in round 1. Plus 700. A bomber on a course where you can make eagles.
15, obviously.
Par 5s you can reach.
One there. There's a couple different par 5s.
Yep, those are all reachable. Plus 700, Cullinane Finau, who I've won and lost with this year. To make an eagle in round 1 on this course, which I'm looking forward to this week. I think it's gonna be a good week for us. By the way, we never mentioned one time Rory McIlroy's name. He's in the field, obviously. So, and he's been.
I think it's gonna be a little bit of a letdown week for him, just coming off that emotional. He just couldn't get it quite done again. People a little peek behind the old curtain is that Kirk pretty much every time we're in one of these situations, a major championship, big event, Kirk starts texting me on like Thursday or Friday that he really likes Rory throughout the weekend, but that he knows he's not going to win.
Correct.
That he's going to, and it happens.
I made a pretty smart bet during
every fucking time.
The middle of, because he started on the back on Friday. So he got to kind of a slow start. So he was like 5 or 6 shots back. So the odds were good at that point. So I dove in. He had a good front nine because it was much easier. I think I got him at plus 500 or 600 to win at that point. But watching it the whole time, I was like, he's not going to win. He's not going to win. He just doesn't. I think he said it to his agent right before his press conference. He said St. Andrews all over again. He's like Scotty. He never makes a fucking putt ever. He never makes a putt. Like, when's the last time Rory made a huge putt, the big spot in the major? I mean, I know he made the hole out in the bunker last year, the Masters. But he was 90 shots behind Scheffler. I mean, like in
2014, honestly.
Yeah, it's probably the PGA or the Open.
He made that big putt on 17 in 2014 after he hit it pretty tight.
At the Open or
Ricky
at the PGA, yeah.
In the 2014 PGA when he had the purple sleeves and the whole fucking deal going on. That was honestly the last time he made a big putt.
If he doesn't win this Open, it's going to be 10 years since he won a major.
That's unbelievable.
But by the way, he'll be in the mix he's going to be in the mix at the Open. He's in the mix all the time. It's just that's the other crazy thing is he's in the mix every fucking tournament. So I don't know. I know you had Wyndham Clark on. It was great. It's a great story, but that's like Lucas Glover winning the U.S. Open. Like no, Wyndham Clark winning the U.S. Open is not great. Not great.
We'll see. It reminded me of the feeling I had after Aaron Hills to a degree. And then that turned out to be, now like at the time it was Brooks Koepka. You're thinking it's a one-off flash in the pan whole deal. I have the same exact feeling that I had then. Usually that feeling turns out to be correct, but the Brooks thing changed where it's like now he's won 5 fucking majors and he's Brooks Koepka.
Yeah.
So who knows? Who knows?
We stunk last week. I know you bet him, but he stunk last week. Jesus.
I've just been off by a major. I've been off by a major.
It is true.
It's like when I took Scotty, he like didn't have it at the Masters. When I took Rahm, he didn't have it at the PGA. When I took Brooks, he did. He was like, I did still hit that 9-1 on Brooks at the PGA.
You did,
which is the thing that's saving my bank account.
How about Xander playing well last week and has a great track record here? Does that do anything for you? Does nothing for me. I'm not a Xander guy. So
problem is the odds. I think he's going to have shit odds, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Like,
they're not great. They're not great.
I can't figure Xander out. He should have won another Wyndham Clark event, which was the Quail Hollow. He's in the final group with Wyndham Clark.
He was in the final round at Phoenix, and he's just not had a great finishing year this year. So.
We're just keep going on these top dogs. Just can't close. They're not closing.
True.
It feels.
That's why I would love every week take a long shot to win. I took Hatton last week to win. He absolutely sucked. So sucked.
I do. So I do like a long shot winner. Fuck.
Yeah, but there's I looked at a couple this week. There's nobody again. Like I would say, small money on a potential winner this week if you're looking at somebody. But there's nobody that jumps out to me this week. So I wouldn't do that to the people.
Tommy's 33-1.
Oh, God, enough with him.
You're over him?
Well, fucking win at some point. Jesus Christ. You know?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm just I don't know. Any other pictures out there for you?
That's it.
That's it for you.
That's my board.
All right.
That's my board.
Yeah. Same with me. We've spoken. Okay. Are we saying why we're together next week or no?
I don't know. It feels like this is something that we're keeping close to the chest for now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. To the vest or the chest?
Yeah. I mean, close to the chest because it's underneath the vest.
I guess it's even closer than that.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow,
2 layers of protection.
Okay.
Well, you got a shark on your left. You can't have
Sure. No, I understand.
You got to keep him, you know what I'm saying?
I've had sources say to me that your co-producer of this event, one of the great morons in history, has already publicly discussed this. Is that right, Dave? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up on that from Call Name. But we'll let other people discuss it. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. If that's the case, then I imagine actually that doesn't really change anything for me. We still might not be able to talk about it and that, so I don't know.
Okay.
I just don't know.
And by the time the thing will air, it's about a year and a half from now anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
If we're lucky. If we're lucky.
If we're lucky.
Yeah. It'd be the 2025 event, I think is what this is going to come out around. Yeah. Fantastic. So we'll be ready.
All right. Well, I'll see you next week. The picks are up. Bet responsibly, of course. I feel like always, but it may just make me nervous, but this is one of our events. We're back in our world here. Although I think the Open's going to be a good matchup for us, too. I think we have a good month coming forward here.
Let's build some momentum going into the final major of the year. We can go out with a bang.
Boy, do we have some.
I know. We had some going in. Again, you had a good week. I didn't.
Okay.
Not great. I just didn't have a good fucking week. You had a fine week. So,
all right.
Cromwell, Connecticut. Let's go.
All right. Goodbye.